everyone. Scrappy Kathy here with day 3 of the Scrap Squad lockdown, 14 days of lockdown scrap lifts. And today's was kind of a challenge for me because it's gorgeous. It's as cute as it can be. A gigantic 9. Cut out of the blue paper and overlaid on the white paper after they'd covered the white paper with 9s from every alpha set ever manufactured in the history of alpha sets. And that's a gorgeous concept, but I don't have any single-digit grandkids anymore. I do have a cute picture of my son on his first birthday, so I thought I might do a one like that sometime. But for today, I'm actually kind of continuing with since it's a lockdown event, I'm kind of doing something, maybe not every day, but at least the last few days. What's kind of influenced me is all of the lockdown implications. And my granddaughter Katie is she's turning 18 probably before the lockdown is over, so she won't be able to have her 18th birthday bash with all of her friends that she'll be leaving when she graduates from high school. And oh, by the way, she won't get to graduate. There won't be a ceremony. She's homeschooling now, and she's taking it fairly well, but you can tell that she really misses her friends, just like Barrett misses his sports events. Ava had been homeschooling since she got out of the hospital, and she's perfectly happy with it. So she's fine. She thinks that classroom time was way overrated and lasted way too long. So what I'm going to do, or what I have done, I'll show you. I took a very precious sheet of patterned paper by Little Yellow Bicycle. It's probably a 10-year-old collection, maybe. And it's probably my favorite ever. It has these beautiful flowers, and there's some glittering and some glazing on them, so they have you can see the sheen there. And then it has this little kind of shadow. It's got the line of little flowers growing up, and just the colors and the idea. And I'm not even, this is kind of like blue fringe with little fringe balls there. So anyway, I fed this into my printer and prayed that I had gotten the spacing right. And I'm not quite sure why it did this, but I can embellish over that to kind of hide it. It cut off the top of the 8. So what I think I'm going to do is I printed a black and white photo of her. It's one of her senior class photos. And she's got bubbles, and these flowers up at the top of the paper kind of remind me of bubbles. And I hate to cover them up, but I'm going to kind of place this over here and maybe do that. This is done in the shape of a speech bubble, and that gets me a point in Calvinball, but I kind of had a different idea. Thought I'd kind of do that, let that one go there. I might put this one on another layer of foam. So I've backed the round photo with foam, and also the little the smaller ones. And then what I think I'm going to do, I wanted to kind of list some of the things that she's going to miss. And I actually have I must be getting low on that roll of tape. Let me put that there. And I'm going to slide this one under. I kind of want that. Let me do this so it actually overlaps the foam there. And this one, so I've got a stencil that allows me to draw nice straight journaling lines. And I thought if I overlaid it here, it doesn't quite match that inside of the 8 there, but I'm going to draw the lines as if I doodled them. And I'm going to maybe put some X's on the end of them so that it kind of looks like a natural drawing, but I'm going to use the stencil to guide the placement of the lines. Okay, so do that. I don't like that. I'm changing my mind and I want to overlap. What this is showing here, this is a picture of Katie and me at my birthday movie that the family took me to. And this is a picture of her just a couple days ago where she was baking a cake in the kitchen. So she's kind of keeping herself busy. So the next thing I'm going to do is this. I have a little tray here of embellishments that will get me Calvinball points, but I don't really want to use things unless they sort of have a meaning. Let me do it this way. If I do it this way, some of them come across the line there and some come across the line here. So I kind of like that. I'll just do the lines. This gets me the point for using a stencil. And I put that aside and kind of go put little X's at the end so it kind of looks doodled. And I like that it curves in that kind of elliptical shape. And I'll probably add the journaling off camera, where I make a list of things like, missing her last few months of classes with people that she won't see as much after graduation. And this is here, but I fished it out of the trash. I need an envelope, and I didn't have any envelopes that are small enough to use here. And I wanted an envelope because that's probably how she's going to get her diploma. And so I'm just going to draw it, kind of doodle it like this and have a heart in the center. I'm drawing it on wood grain paper. Let me do another heart there to explain why that line doesn't mean. I get a Calvinball point for wood grain paper. That's one of the rules. I also get a point for a heart, but I think I've got another heart that I'm planning to use. Let's see. I may draw and cut out a few more of those. I think I was going to put it aside. Let's see. My idea is I'll probably put a few embellishments around the photos, making like a photo cluster. Then I'll go inside the numbers, and just like in the original there's a lot of color and interest inside the large numeral. I'm going to try to add that as well. I've got a little, let me first take the things out of the sticker books before I forget what it was I was planning to use. I like this red airplane, and I've got something that's going to stand in for a globe. I'm going to put that there, and I'm going to overlap the airplane onto it. Okay, the embellishing has begun. There are some some phrases in here. Make a life you love. Might be kind of rubbing it in. Okay, I like this one, actually. It says, oh joy. That could be kind of a sarcastic oh joy. And it's something I could put in right there. Okay, so now I did have this little yellow airplane that I did not have to use, so I will just leave that kind of off here. One of the things that Katie has been doing is art. She's been painting. So I have this little ephemera with of a paint palette, and so I thought I might use it. But I've also got this little watercolor box. Size is not too significantly different. I thought maybe I'd do it down here, and then I'll add some things that don't really have a whole lot of need to be anywhere in particular. Okay, so we'll do this. And I kind of want to put it on top of over a part of the paper that isn't white, because it won't show up. I'm going to do something under this letter, this envelope as well. I think I'll just use one of my pop dots, and I'm going to put it down here. Okay, that's good enough. I have a geotag that I think I'll put up at the top. I haven't started putting anything inside the 1 or the 8 yet. So I just did something. I said, this is a color cast design. I usually, for these pieces, I usually use Bramble Fox. I subscribe to their Fox box, and this is one of the first, and I ordered these a while back and then kind of stored them in a place that I couldn't find them. So, but I thought that would be cute. It's the right color for this. I've got a little tiny black bow, black and white bow it's made from ribbon as opposed to cardboard or anything else. So it counts as my ribbon point as well. Do I want it up here? Maybe so. That won't look too much like Minnie Mouse, will it? Okay, that's good enough there. Let me go through these I definitely need, there's a silver foil point and a gold foil point. I have lots of things that are gold foil, but I'm going to use this arrow that is silver from this kit, and I'll have it pointing to something that is actually gold foil. And I might normally raise that up on foam, but I'm going to leave it as it is. Let's start with cute little things like this. This little panda bear looks like he belongs and was drawn on that same grass, but it's a little Bella Boulevard collection called Popsicles and Pandas, or I think it was Popsicles and Panda Bears, maybe. Okay, so put him there. I've got the I've got a sloth with birthday balloons, and since one of the things she's going to miss is her birthday celebration, I thought that was appropriate. That came from the Cake Day collection, I think. Let's see. I've got an avocado holding an ice cream cone in a party hat. And who doesn't love avocados in party hats? I'm going to, well, you know what? I'm not going to use it there yet because I have this rainbow and cloud that it's a rubber embellishment, and it has really tacky, nasty adhesive. And I'm going to tuck it under here. It has to come out of this side of that photo. I guess it could come out here. That looks a little weird, doesn't it? Okay, and I am going to be okay with it overlapping that green flower, but I really don't want to overlap any others if I can help it. Okay, so what did I do with my avocado? Oh, my avocado is stuck to my arm. Okay, then I'm going to stick the avocado in maybe right there. And hopefully we'll still be able to see the 18. This is a ladybug, and Katie has been called Bug since she was a little girl, so I put a ladybug on all the pages about her. And this one comes from that same Popsicles and Panda Bears Bella Boulevard collection, and it's kind of cute. I have the world's largest collection of ladybugs. I'm just going to kind of tuck it in there into this cluster. Let's see if that... Okay, that seems to be holding better. I've got a Band-Aid that is kind of in honor of or representative of the medical stuff we're all kind of dealing with, and that might not be bad up there. I'm going to kind of tuck it a little bit out of the way. I created it on my word processing system and used a scanned piece of Aboriginal art as a... Okay, there. You can still kind of see it there when you look straight down. Okay, I have a cute little tiny fairy, like she's going to make things all better. And I'm going to I'll start from the bottom in both cases with the embellishing as it kind of goes around. Um, okay, this little tiny heart. I don't want to do too much inside this, the hole there. No particular reason. Let's see. I want to use these before I run out of spaces to use them. They're chipboard, and we get a chipboard point in Calvinball, and the colors aren't especially what I wanted, but I do need that shape. And if I hide most of the color, it's mostly the gold fishtail shape at the end that will show. And okay, and they stick out a little beyond the border of the page, but that's okay because that's the part that's open in the page protector. Okay, I have this little tiny butterfly that is red glitter. It was a cut from, I have a butterfly border punch, and this tiniest pop dot is too big for that, so I'm just going to put a little glue on it, and I'm going to turn the leaves up. If you've watched lately, you know my horror that I'm running out of this glue, and the store where I usually buy it is closed, and I don't think I'd want to drive over and shop there anyway. I'm pretty much under house arrest with nobody wanting to bring anything in to affect Ava. Okay, so I'm going to put this guy, I'll put it in a little bit right there, and when that glue dries in the center, I'll turn the leaves up. Okay, and just to add some fun, I have a cute little dinosaur, and I think a pop dot will fit on him. I'll put him maybe right here. I said I was going to start from the bottom, and I'm using that guy up at the top. I want to do the sunshine up in the corner there near the rainbow. And I really don't want to mess this up too much. I don't want to add too much, and I guess I've probably, that ship has probably sailed, but let's see. This is a tiny coffee cup. I'll do the coffee maybe right there, and it's a clear sticker, so I'm just gonna sit there. I have a camera. I think I might use the camera. It's kind of it's an acetate camera I'll use it kind of off to the side, and then I'll use one of my little dots. Let's see, what colors of dots do I have that, I'll go with the colors there. I kind of like the orange, oddly enough. Let me grab one of those off. There are quite a few orange flowers on the tree. do it out here. I actually want to do it there. Okay. I've got a cute little bird. Do I want the bird maybe in the tree? I'll try that. I'll put him on a lower branch where he's not so close. If I put him here, he'd be close to a flower that's the same color and he wouldn't show. Okay, I've got these rainbows in an ice cream cone. It says time to celebrate. I'm not going to use that. I do have a pineapple that kind of has to go there. So let me put him on a pop dot and sneak him under. There you go. Okay, I have a couple of book options. I could do this line of books kind of along the bottom here. It's like a bookshelf. It's kind of an homage to homeschooling. Or I could just do this book, but I don't have any more places over on that side. I have a little ticket. I could maybe do the books right here, kind of under the paints. That's what I'm going to do, and then I'll do the ticket up to that. This came from a cut-apart card from an October afternoon kit or a collection called Public Library. And it has books and also school supplies like glue and ink. And so I'm going to let that satisfy my book and school or homeschooling point. So that's a two-pointer, and I've got this ticket here. I've got a cute little gnome that could be right up here above the balloons, and I'll just glue him flat and have him overlapping white and black parts of that numeral. Let me do this. Camping is kind of a reference to, what we're doing at home. We have movie nights and things like that kind of are similar to camping. It's what they're doing instead of hanging with their friends. I have a tiny, tiny little frog that I want to put over here, also bridging the black. I have a tiny punch. It's a frog. I was actually looking for a turtle at the time, but I love the frog. Okay, I have a yellow vellum feather, and that would get me a feather point and a vellum point. Let me see if I can stick him under here, and then maybe have, yeah. Okay, it's kind of, let me put that up so that it's on camera. Didn't realize I had so much going on out of camera range there. That's okay. I've reorganized some things today, and my mat is not on the table the same place that it usually is. Okay, I have this wood veneer filigree or Florentine kind of shape. Where do I want it? Maybe we'll just kind of lay it right here. Kind of going along that line, in a way, sort of underlining the number. Okay, I've got some stickers here. There's an undersea. Maybe it seems appropriate because she gave up a beach, island beach spring break trip. So I thought I might put I like the little clownfish here. And it seems like might want to go, I'll put it up here and maybe more inside. Okay, there's some other things that are kind of cute, but they're larger than I want, so I'm going to put those aside. There's a nautical point, and I've got this, either this blue steering wheel, I'm sure it's not called that, or this compass rose. I think I'll go with this. It's a brighter color. Let me do that. Okay, that works. Put that aside. This one is more undersea stuff, but I really had in mind using this coral. So maybe doubling up on undersea sorts of things, but especially since I'm placing it under the sloth and the panda bear, where it makes no sense. So let me see if I can do this. It looks like there's a layer that could come up. No, that's pretty much down there. And I'll have this guy there. It looks like there's a frog jumping out of the coral, which absolutely makes no sense. But would that work? Nah, not necessary for the design or for the points. There is a point for dragons, and I have some dragons. There's a point for dinosaurs, and I've got my little dinosaur. Okay, let's just do a dragon, and the dragon is also filled in with my artwork. On my word processor. And I think I'm gonna, well, let's do them here. There's a dragon and a dinosaur kind of there together. Okay, I've got the books taken care of. This book goes back there. I've got photo corners. I think there's only one. Well, no, I guess I could do the top of each of these photos. It's kind of rainbow colored. It's a Chamel box of crayons, I think. There. Okay, I think I'm going to call it done. I'm going to add journaling, and let's see, there will be some sequins and some ink splatters. Let me get my black ink, it kind of looks like there already are some splatters. I'm good with having most of these things down at the bottom. I may look for something else to go right here. I can't think of anything else that gets points that I especially need. So I'm going to say that I'm done. I do need, let's do that. There are, I need some word strips, some phrase strips, and I was thinking maybe doing some of it across the journaling. I have this that says bright and brave, and it's kind of shaped like a tab, and I can further around those corners. That is kind of appropriate, but I have no place to put it. Maybe right across here. I think that would work. It would certainly show. And I've got just something that says more sprinkles, please. In other words, a little more good stuff here. I'll maybe put it down here. I really don't want to put anything like that up here. Is there anything I don't have? I have a butterfly. Is there anything else? There are certainly flowers and foliage. These little overlapped hearts are cute, but I have hearts on the envelope. But I tell you what, I may take one of these little circles and put it over the heart on the envelope. And then, I have that heart, but let me put a couple more. And I'll raise them up on a pop dot. And it'll just add a little bit of color and interest there under the avocado. And you always want color and interest under your avocados. That's what I always say. Okay, I think I'm done. I'm going to call it done, and I'll do the journaling, and I'll see you tomorrow. Sorry this one was a little bit late today, but I hope you enjoyed it. Bye.